It started with something small, almost unnoticeable. One evening, as we were having dinner, I reached for my wife Sarah's hand, and my thumb brushed against bare skin where her wedding ring should have been. I asked her about it, trying to keep my voice casual. She just laughed it off, saying she'd taken it off to do the dishes and must have forgotten to put it back on. It made sense, so I let it go. But a few days later, it happened again. This time, her excuse was that she'd left it at the gym. The next week, she claimed it was getting resized. The excuses kept coming, and none of them quite added up. A knot of suspicion started to form in my stomach. My unease grew when I noticed other changes. Sarah started working late more often, coming home exhausted and distant. Our conversations became shorter, filled with one-word answers. When I tried to talk to her about it, she'd get defensive, accusing me of being paranoid. The warmth that used to define our home was slowly being replaced by a chilling silence. I felt like I was walking on eggshells, afraid that any wrong move would shatter the fragile peace between us. I started to feel like a stranger in my own marriage, and the woman I loved was becoming someone I didn't recognize. One evening, my gut feeling became too strong to ignore. Sarah was supposedly at a work dinner, but I had a terrible feeling something was wrong. I drove past the restaurant she mentioned, and her car was nowhere in sight. My heart sank. On a desperate whim, I drove to the other side of town, to a hotel I knew her coworker, Mark, frequented. And there it was, her car, parked right next to his. The world seemed to stop. All the small signs, the missing ring, the late nights, the flimsy excuses, they all clicked into place, forming a heartbreaking picture. That night, the truth I'd been avoiding finally stared me in the face. The trust we had built over years was gone, shattered by a lie that began with a missing ring.